Hello, it's me, LP Cubing, the night before the competition. Let's go. Stevenage Newcomers Sunday 2024. That might be what it's called. I don't know, but that's what it's going to be called now. Time for comp. Not yet, that's tomorrow. What we are going to do now is pack my bag because I've not done that yet. I have a pile on the floor of stuff here. I don't even know if that's in the camera angle or not. So what we're going to do is, first thing first, we're going to talk about the comp before I go packing my bag. Or while I pack my bag, we're going to talk about the comp. So the first thing I'm going to put in my bag is my warm-up cube, if I can open the box. This is not the box it came with. This is my Scube box. Don't know why this is in there, to be honest with you. This is my WMV9. Its box broke, but we have this anyway as a warm-up cube. I'm going to put this in my bag. So this is just my warm-up 3x3. And speaking of 3x3, here's my main. This is Tornado V3 standard. Love it, it's great. Here's the great box. This is actually my WRM box. This cube's box broke, not that one. Whatever, I like this box. I like this cube. This is my main 3x3. Speaking of 3x3, in the comp, my goals for 3x3 is, now that I actually average sub 15, I want to get a sub 15 average in the comp. That would be great. So that's going in the bag. Right, next we are going to do Scube. Scube is actually going to go in its own box over here. If I can open it, there we go. I'm not dumb. I know how to open things. Anyway, this is my Scube. Hoping for maybe a sub 10 average, but I'm not expecting it. So that's going in the bag. Next, I'm going to put my 2x2 in. 2x2. If I can get a sub 7 average, basically I want PR averages and everything except for Pyraminx, which I'll talk about in a minute, going in the bag. Next, we have the Pyraminx, which I absolutely hate. Well, this is a good, I like the Pyraminx itself, but I just don't like doing Pyra. It's just not an event I really enjoy. Sub 20 average, I really couldn't care less. I don't practice Pyra, so whatever, it's going in the bag because I'm competing in it anyway, and I'm scrambling for it too. I'm scrambling for all the events except for Scube. I'm doing 3x3, 2x2, Scube and Pyra. 4x4 is here. It's not an event tomorrow at all. I'm doing all the events for the day. It's only 4. It's only a 1-day event. It's a Newcomers event. So I'm not, I mean there's no 4x4. But I'm bringing it anyway as a warm-up because I like to use that as a warm-up for 3x3. I have a 3x3 warm-up cube, but I might just use this instead. Just because, and also I love this cube. It's new. It's an MGC. It's great. It's new. So I'm gonna bring it with anyway. Going in the bag. Next up, we have my GAN timer. This is the box. The timer is very much in here, as you can see, like that. This is my GAN Halo Bluetooth timer. Love it very much. It's gonna go in my bag. And we'll just go from there. Basically, this is going to stay in its box. I don't want to break it. Alright. Next, this is actually a mouse pad because I do have a cubing mat, but it's ginormous. And I found that it's just really unnecessary to bring with me to competitions. It's going to go in the bag. I already have 2 battery packs here. I've got this and another one in here as well. I'm going to bring a screwdriver with me. It's just always good to bring a screwdriver with you. I'm going to bring these headphones with, mainly for the journey. These are going to go in the bag as well. I have this plug, I have a wire already in here for my phone. And I have my glasses case, because in case I need to clean my glasses, you know, I need to be able to see to solve a cube, so that's going in as well. We've got the little sloth. I don't know if you can see that. We have the little sloth. With the glass cleaner inside, of course. So that's going in the bag as well. So I think that's about it for everything that needs to go in. So the real question you're all wondering is, what on earth am I going to wear tomorrow? Alright, so plan for tomorrow clothing wise is, we have got the speed cubing t-shirt, of course. It says speed cubing mode on, so that's the t-shirt. We've got the classic blue hoodie. Gotta be blue, of course. It says eat, sleep, cube, repeat, and then we've got the classic trousers, as we do. So yeah, that's about it for today. I will catch you either tomorrow morning on the way or at the comp itself. I don't really know. I don't have much of a plan. But I'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow. So for the start of the day, it was time for 3x3 round 1. So it went pretty well, honestly. I got a PR average, which you'll see just about now. So this first solve was the 1524, which did end up counting in my average. This next bit here was just something funny I thought I'd add in. As you can see, the cube has not been scrambled. That happened just as I was getting my second scramble, which should have been this. This was my second solve, which was a sub 15. It was a 1496, which I was pretty happy with. This method, what I did here, is what I like to call C-fop-fop, which is cross F2L, OLL, PLL, mess up PLL, and then do F2L, OLL, and PLL all over again. So that did not go very well. That was a 2568, which was obviously the worst solve of my average. This solve was pretty good. I got 14.14. That went pretty well, honestly. Sub 15s are great. I do average sub 15 now, so yeah, that was pretty good, as you can tell from my reaction there as well. Here I was just trying to get PR average, and it honestly went quite well. I ended up with a 1361, which was very good. I was very happy with that, as you can tell from my reaction. This was also a PR average of 1478. Next, it was time for 2x2, so this solve I got a 521, which honestly was really good. The next solve I got a 633, which was also very good. This was another 5, it was a 570, which was honestly insane. A 607 again is really good for this solve as well. And the final solve being a 720 was average for me, so I wasn't too happy with it, but it was honestly absolutely fine. And it was a PR average of 603. After 2x2 it was time for Scube. This average was again another PR average. So this first solve was a 760, which I was really happy with. Then went on to get another sub 10, which was an 893. And note that at home I average about 11 seconds, so this was actually insane. I then went to get a 693, which was the best solve of my average, which was honestly amazing. And then I got an 892, which was another sub 10. And then I went on to then get an 835. This was a PR average of 829, which was insane to get my first ever sub 10 in the 8s rather than the 9s. It was then time for Pyraminx, the one event that I really don't enjoy, and I surprisingly was doing really well that day in Pyraminx. I started it off with a not so good solve of 1960. In practice that morning I had gotten 2 PBs, including a 4-second solve that hadn't saved, so I don't have the scramble anymore, which is very sad. But that was a 1960 anyways. I then went on to redeem myself by getting a 963, which was a PR single, which was absolutely insane. I then unredeemed myself again by getting a 1799, but it was all good. So this solve wasn't too great, but the 963 was keeping me motivated to get a PR average. So you can see I messed up that algorithm there, did the wrong one. And then I went on to redeem myself again and get a 1074, which was absolutely insane. I averaged like sub 20 or really hardly sub 15. So this was honestly really good anyways. And then I went on to secure my PR average of 1383 by getting a 1275 in this final solve here of Pyraminx. It was finally time to finish off the day with 3x3 finals with an insane new PR average. So this first solve here was a 1205, which was my best single of the comp. Which was actually insane. I then went on to get another 12, getting a slightly worse 12, a 1292, which was still amazing, seeing as I just about averaged sub 15 at home. So there, just doing that PLL there. And then I went on to get a 1391, which was also an insane time. This was my first ever pure sub 15 average. Obviously I got a sub 15 average earlier that day, but purely sub 15 with that J-perm getting the 1391. Then I went on to get the 1387, which was another insane solve. I'm seeing a pattern here, 12, 12, 13, 13. What could the next one be? Let's wait for this OLL and PLL. The lovely U-perm at the end, getting me the 13 with the lovely celebration. And then this final solve of the whole comp, I got myself a 1428, which gave me a PR average of 13.57, which was absolutely amazing. Anyways, so that was such a good comp. I got 7 PRs. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next comp video or on my stream if you want to go and watch me on twitch.tv/lpcubing. I stream about 3 times a week, so you can go check out my schedule on there and join my Discord server if you want to. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment if you want to, whatever it is. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!